armbar. So, but it's specifically, I'm trying to think of, so when we do the armbar, I saw it from a seat position a lot. And this is why it's really important when you drill your armbar is you focus on how to lean your hips into your opponent. And you're just making, clearing enough weight so that your head, your leg is clear to their head. So what you see a lot, and I saw it a lot from a lot of like other teams, is that people will get into like an S-mount position and they'll have a grip, whatever it is, and they just like swing and they fall back. You see how that momentum, right? It's not good armbar entry. Okay. You're not the only one. There's a couple other people here that did it. So when I do these arm bars, alright, it's all about the control. I mean, you guys all know, or most of you guys know the role of me. My favorite position is an arm bar. Luis knows that. Alright. Arm bar is probably like 90% of the submissions that I go for. So I really want to preach this because I'm really passionate about the arm bar. When I'm setting up my attack, no matter what grip I have, right? I would never want to be like this. Right? I really want to, I think a Kimura grip is key. So I guess we could talk about that as well. When you're going for your initial entry, I think that the Kimura grip is key, whether it's head side or leg side. Alright? They both have the same kind of application. They allow me to counter in different ways. Alright? The nice thing about going leg side, alright, where my elbow is posting out towards the legs, is that when I step over to the arm bar, I can grab my collar and I can control his hands. The nice thing about going head side is if I'm going for the arm bar and it fails, I can go to the back. So it's different grips for different applications, but they're all equally great. Right? Even if I wanted to go from a Kimura and just immediately go to my collar and maybe go for a wrist control here, yeah, it's good, right? Because I can easily bail and go to the pants, or I can scoot and go to the back. I never want to see you guys doing like a gable grip at the shoulder or even at the bicep here, so that when you step over and you sit, you're like fighting at the elbow where there's no connection. I see this a lot. Guys are right? You're not controlling. You got to get your whole core involved. Right? So one of the big things with controlling the arm so that you can get your braking mechanics is when he's going to defend, whether it's gripping his palm to palm, S grip, figure four, grabbing his own collar, the arm you're attacking, that tricep will always be exposed, right? Because my hips and my hips and my butt are underneath his arm and his shoulder, right? So I can glue my torso to that tricep, right? So now I'm not just hugging the arm, I'm also pulling it into, I think about when you are Kimuras from north-south, you're not Kimuring way up here, you're doing it with you're pinning that elbow to our sternum. It's the exact same concept with the armbar. I want that elbow in my sternum, right? Maybe I go for the collar or the thigh, right? Thigh is another good pumping grip, right? I'm not like this. My arms are sliding, right? Maybe I just want short toe grip. Watch the difference from me going like this, strip and grip, to here. Because I kept it tight to my torso, now my whole back muscles are engaging with my squeeze of my arms, right? Squeeze pretty strong here, but I've got a lot of control. I just need a little extra support. Now I can switch and look for my break. Right? So you never want to be away from the arm doing this. And I saw it a lot. Right? Really calling it like that. Right? Do we have any questions on that? Are we clear about the control? Alright, now let's talk about how to properly enter into the armbar. So, I'm not here, alright, I'm not doing this. Alright, I want my torso glued to that tricep. Alright, I'm going to do a Kimura grip just because it's my favorite entry, so I'm here. Now what I want to do is I want to lean my weight towards his hips. Alright, I'm not leaning forward, I'm not leaning back, I don't lean the head, I lean my weight so that this leg is posted, like my inner, like the side of my thigh. That weight is gonna drop right into like the soft spot between your hip and your ribs, right? That little love handle right there. All right, I got a lot of fat right there, so it's easy to grab onto. All right, that's the spot. I'm leaning my thigh into that part of his abdomen. All right. So what that does is it makes this back leg really light. Now what I do is I don't do this big like step and drag, right? I want to think about like combing his hair and then just putting like rounding my calf and putting it right in front of his face. Right? So when I lean, I'm here. Alright? Does that make sense to everybody? It's not a big, when you do these big rapid swings, you're generating a lot of momentum, right? Your weight's falling back, you're connected to your opponent. So if you're falling, you're gonna pull them up, right? It's not about entering into the armbar as fast as possible. It's about entering in the armbar with the most amount of control as possible. Does that make sense to everybody? Right. So when I enter me, you don't have to be like a sloth. Right? But I want to be controlled enough, right? Don't give up accuracy for speed. Right? Now I'm here. Now I can start attacking defensive grips. Alright, I've got good control. I never created a lot of space where he gets wrong. Right? Now, in the occasion, it will happen. It happens to me every once in a while, you know, I'm rolling with an upper belt, it's a high-paced round. You know, I'm going for a quick armbar, trying to get something. It'll happen when you generate too much momentum. When that happens, focus on pinching your heel to your butt, which is going to put a rest in there. And I want to stomp this foot down to the mat. Right? Because, when we talk about momentum, I'm connected to him. If he's falling, what's going to happen?
Coming back up.
He's going to pull me back up. He's stacking. Give me a burden stack. Yep, heavy stack. Alright, I'm getting to be inverted here. Alright. So that head pressure, the whole time, I'm pulling my heel to my butt, thrusting his shapes together between my calf and my hamstring, and then I stomp my foot to the mat. And it's not like I'm not trying to tap the mat, it's trying to stomp my foot to the mat. Right? It's not going to hurt him. Right? Because all he's getting is compressed. Alright? My foot can take a lot of the impact. Right? But I'm able to build myself up. Does that make sense to everybody? I think that's all I really want to touch on for that. There's some other scenarios we have with the armbar, but then we start getting into some really advanced stuff. I want to keep it very simple because the more advanced things we talk about armbar is like when you get into that inverted stack position, but you can't stomp their head to the mat. And it involves still hunting the armbar, which realistically, at a lower level, if you're going for the armbar and they stack you super heavy here, you're better off just disengaging from the armbar and going to close arm and then reworking an attack first at a lower level. When you get to like police, house level, alright, even Craig, alright, and yeah, a blue belt, I guess. It's time to start learning how to still chase the attack without giving up. Alright, but I don't want to focus on that today. I just want you guys to do like really nice armbar control, entry, and then execution. Okay? Do we have any questions on that? Yeah, start in the S mount. Get your core grip of any kind, whether it's head side, leg side, or if you want to go collar and cup to the wrist. Alright, lean towards the hips, step over, heel, sit back. Don't sit back and don't go to your back. Alright, step over, sit, and try to sit to your butt. Alright? And then however you can do there is popping the grip off, using your foot to kick it off. Alright? Experiment, have fun. I want you guys to be creative in this moment for dealing with that defensive grip. And then just slowly lean back. Alright? The point of this drill is not going to be how many times sense? Any questions? Other questions?